So for the wrist, you're going to start with their hand in this position, thumb up, fingers spread apart. I normally do pre-wrap just around this part to kind of protect the arm hair. So you do this with, you're going to do some strips here. Normally it's about 3 or 4 strips. You pull your pressure on the top and lay it down lightly on the bottom of the wrist. Because all the veins are at the bottom of the wrist, you don't want to cut off any circulation. So you pull most of your pressure on top. So I'm pulling pressure and laying flat at the bottom. Pulling pressure and laying flat. And you're going to come up on the wrist. And you're coming up a little bit onto the hand. And with this last strip, you're going to kind of come in at an angle and come through the hand. When you get to the web space of the thumb, you pinch the tape like that so it doesn't cut their thumb or their hand and make it uncomfortable. And then just end down on the wrist. And that's just the anchor for the wrist. It's going to look like that on the other side. So it depends on what you're doing for the wrist. If it hurts them to go into flexion like this, and you want to resist that, you're going to make a check rein. And it's basically just taking some strips of tape that go from here to here. You're going to do 3 strips in kind of a fan-shaped pattern. And you're going to put their wrist into a little bit of extension first. So when you do this pattern, it kind of creates a lock so they can't bend their wrist. So you do kind of an X pattern, and then 1 strip down the middle. And to really lock this in tight, you're going to start with a strip here. You do 1 strip. Then you're going to fold the X, the fan pattern down, and tape right over the sticky part so it really locks it in. And you're going to do the same thing with those strips. Pull your pressure on top and lay it down lightly on the bottom. And then you can do another strip to cover the check rein, the X fan pattern. 1 more strip. And with this one, same thing. Fold it down. Go right over the sticky part, and that's really going to lock it in. And you're going to come back up and fold, and you're going to go through the thumb 1 more time. And end down on the wrist. And if you try to bend your wrist, there's going to be resistance here because you put in that check rein. And it'd be the same thing if it hurts them to go into extension. You would put the wrist into a little bit of flexion and do the fan pattern from here to here and cover it the same way, and that would prevent extension.